What's up, YouTube? This is KNG to the JEH of Wall Street. Today I'm going to be talking about some unfiltered trading lessons. This video is not scripted, so it's going to be raw and then probably realistic and relatable. So my name is King Jehu. I've been a trader for 2 years right now. By next week, it's going to be 2 years that I started trading. And there are some things that I've learned during my journey in navigating the financial market, and I'd like to narrate them to you. Now, the first lesson is whenever you come into the market, there's always this appetite to just make money quickly. You start getting into signal groups, you start following a lot of big mentors, and then you're trying to risk everything. So that first mindset of skipping the demo phase, that is the first mistake that most people make, because trading is actually one of the safest businesses in the world, because there's no business in the world that allows you to participate without risking your real capital. But at the same time, it's the most risky business in the world, because you can lose $1 million in a day. Imagine if your whole savings in this life is $1 million, you can lose it in a day, and nobody cares about you in the market. That's how it is, because the market is actually run by banks and a lot of central banks and big company institutions, and those guys, they move around $7 trillion in the financial market, like forex only, apart from crypto and stocks. So losing $1 million as an individual is nothing. There's no amount of money that you can't blow in a single day. That's just the truth. There are institutions that make $1 billion in a day. You cannot be competing with those kind of people with your $100, and then you're claiming that you lost $100, and it's heartbreaking to you. That is why there is always a demo account, which you can also learn how to risk small $2, $1, and then use that time to get profitable. So the first mistake that most people do is that they want to skip the demo phase, and it doesn't work, right? No matter I try to skip the demo phase, you will keep on losing. Then the second main thing that I want to also address is that before you become a profitable trader, you must master yourself and become a profitable person. Now, a profitable person is one that has a particular fixed risk capital outside the main capital he uses to manage his life, because trading has to be different from gambling. When you're using money that you're supposed to use to feed your family, to especially if you're married, because the best time to take risk is when you're actually in school. But when you're using money that you're supposed to use for something else, you're using it to trade, that's the first mistake. You're a gambler at that point. But when you have a risk capital that you split it into 50 or 100, and you cannot lose 50 times in a row, because you know what you are doing, you've understood the market, and you are disciplined enough to keep your risk that low level till you reach a certain level of profit, that is when you become a trader. When you stop being in a hurry to take a trade, you stop chasing the market, you decide to wait for one particular setup, even if it gives you one trade a week, that is when you become profitable. When you stop chasing the market, when you stop forcing trades, because there are sometimes that price is bullish but you're trying to force it to be bearish, that's when you become profitable. So becoming profitable, based on the things that I've learned right now, is just because right now currently sometimes I take only 2 trades a week, and if the trades are losing trades, I'm done for the week. I wait till the next week. Sometimes my signal channel is so boring that people are leaving the channel, but the goal of trading is to make money and not to always be trading. That's just it. Then lastly, the most important thing you always learn lastly towards your being profitable is trade management. Now, for example, I'm a high risk to reward trader, right? My trades average 15 risk to reward ratio most times, because my SL is less than 10 pips or 15 pips sometimes. So if my take profit, let's say I'm risking $5, my take profit is $100, because it's a 20 risk to reward ratio setup. If I keep getting that $5 to 20, $5 to 100, $5 to 100, it might take me a longer time to make $1,000, because I need 10 winning trades to make $1,000. But when trade management comes in, and I discover that okay, I can actually put break even for the first $5 and add another position on my way to that $100. So if I keep adding positions and arranging my break even on the way to that $100, because there are trades that will just move straight to TP. Whenever I get any setup that moves straight to TP, instead of making $100, I can make $500 with that same move. That's flipping $5 to 500 and making 100 times my risk. It will now be easier for me as a trader to get to $1,000. Most of these traders that people complain about on the internet, that they are trading 1:1 or 1:2, those kind of boring type of chart and setups, those traders actually understand trade management. Before you're taking their signal, you're waiting for 1:2, they have already stacked positions and made more than 10, 15, 20 or 30 times their risk, and then they now tell you close in massive profit, and your account is just, you're just about to recover the loss, or sometimes you've not even recovered the loss you took taking their signal. So the difference, what differentiates traders, is not even risk to reward ratio, it's about trade management. What are you doing as you're in profit? That also matters. What are you doing as price is going to your TP? All those things matters. So trade management, I think that's the biggest, that's the most thing. So look, if you're watching this video to this point, let me tell you the truth. If you understand trade management, you will never be poor. Understand trade management and understanding to keep your risk very low, at least for a month. For a whole month, your risk will be a stable risk. If you take this thing, I'm telling you seriously, you'll never lose. And then whenever you make profit, you withdraw 90% to your bank account. The remaining 10% split it into 50. That's it. So guys, don't forget to follow me for more videos like this. This is just a productivity kind of session where I just talk about the chart, the market, and all those stuff. I remain King Joe of Wall Street. King Jehu. Yeah. So if you don't understand the name. Anyways, like and subscribe to the channel.